Okay, hi everybody. I kind of screwed the pooch yesterday. I was too tired from work. Wasn't able to do the last episode I missed while I was on vacation. Bungo Stray Dogs. And this one is a doozy. Now, the last episode, it was pretty much, you know, Rompo doing Rompo things, getting basically the police who are not easily fooled to follow him. And that's kind of what happened in this episode. Um, there's a scene with it just starts off basically with Rampo, of course. Um, and it basically has him, uh, you running. I think from these people who are, the actual guys with the guns and whatnot. They're after him. I think that's how the episode started. Something along those lines. And he runs into that detective guy who also is not easily fooled. He now knows the truth and everything else, and so do the cops. And he gets them out of there. And then we get a reunion with Suchi and everybody else. Now, they're in that dollhouse thing, and the plan, if you could call it this, is to basically have Rampo go meet Fukuchi. Now, if you don't know who that is, that's the leader of the hunting dogs. Now, during this, also, at the same time, we have can't say this guy's name, it's like left of me. The leader of the hunting dogs being confronted by certain people who wanted him to lead an organization for counterterrorism. Basically a counter-terrorism organization. And he agrees to some extent. I forgot the name he calls it, but he agrees to do it. But he's like, it's going to be humanity's army, basically, or something along those lines. Now, Rampo does go to meet him, and they have a war, conversation. And basically, basically, when you really think about it, this all just boils down to the beginning and the initiation of the detective agency. Because Fukuchi was part of that process with the president, with Rampo. Now, he agrees to do this with him, and they're shown on this ship to basically find Kamui, who is the real orchestrator. So it's not Fyodor and it's not Nikolai, it's Kamui. He's the one pulling all the strings. He's the one with the page. That whole bit. Now, what transpires on the ship? He have a little banter back and forth. He calls him middle-aged. He calls Fukuchi middle-aged, and it's like back and forth. It's a very funny scene. Rampo is with Suchi on the ship, and Suchi gives him a drink, and he puts on his glasses and does his gift, being the detective that he is, ultra deducing. And he finds the identity of Conway. Guess who it is? Yeah, it's the leader of the hunting dogs. Oh, shit. Oh, screw that plan. So, which actually makes sense when you really boil down to it. You take a look at the opening of season 4 and the promotions, and you see Suchi. They didn't really do Bones didn't really do a good job of hiding this. They kind of like broadcast it with a loudspeaker. By the way, it was a pretty obvious ploy that, and Monpo finds this out. He says he's got like a couple of seconds before shit hits the fan. He uses the book that the poet guy had to trap himself in the book. And he tells Aosuchi to run. Now, he doesn't do that. He's going to fight this guy. Now, it's really, he doesn't give any reason why he did this. Or I should say Kamui now. But I personally think it has to do with the president, I think. Or detective agency. I think that's what it has to do with. Now, during this skirmish against him, Aosuchi is outmatched. He's alone. And he's frightened that he's alone. But the episode just teeters off in that way because he realizes that this is his chance to get the page. But he's scared to fight this guy alone. And we get a scene of everybody running, and you got some guy wearing a baseball cap and binoculars, and it revealed who? The one person that we have not seen in this last 2 seasons, Akutagawa Runanosuke. Yeah, him. We haven't seen a single lick of this dude throughout season 4 and so far in season 5. Boom. At the end of episode 2, season 5, boom. There he is. So I doubt this is going to result in anything. I think what's probably going to happen here is, because the next week's episode is, which is tomorrow, is going to be called Hero vs. Criminal. And I think what's going to happen, Ogawa is probably going to help out Aosuchi. He's probably going to get him to retreat to a certain extent. Because now they know who Kamui is. It's not a surprise. Which is kind of really stupid when you think about it. In the long run. Because the same guy who's Kamui, who's destroying the world, is proclaiming to be the justice of the world. It's like an oxymoron kind of thing. It's very, it's ironic, you know? He's destroying the world, yet he's trying to very, very, very conflicting. It's very conflicting statements here. But regardless of the fact, that's what happened in this episode. Overall, I thought it was very intriguing, kind of like a twist, to have them join Fukusuchi. But the anime's like, At some point, the rug comes right off, and it's like, oh shit. And already that's 2 episodes of 2 different series. I'm not saying Bleach, because Bleach was good, but these 2 definitely from last week get my approval. This, and guys, because both had shocking reveals to a certain extent. Now, yeah, like I said, probably tomorrow review, he's going to enjoy the fight, Atakawa, but I don't think it's going to be like what we think, you know? I think he's just going to get Aosuchi to escape, to retreat. But I'm glad that he's finally joined in. Like, okay, like what took you so long? I had him in season 4 opening, and they didn't show him at all. Then season 5 hits, episode 2. At the end of episode 2, he shows up. I'm like, what took you so long, dudes? That's like a long burn. It's a slow burn. Like, okay. But rating wise, I would say probably 9.5 out of 10. As crazy as this episode was, I still feel like most of it wasn't really fighting until the very end. So, but I found it enjoyable to a certain extent. Now, obviously, this is weird when you think about it, because it's like this guy wants to destroy the world. Yeah, he's broke. It's just such a mind fuck, you know? Real mind fuck here. To have those conflicting desires. It's like, what the hell, you know? But we'll see how things go tomorrow when the episode drops and I review it. How this fight transpires. But I personally think they're gonna get off that ship. I'm not gonna get the page. I think it's only episode 2. There's 11 episodes to go. So I don't think this is gonna, which is kind of funny when you think about it. That's almost climactic. This is almost like a climax kind of thing going on here, and it's not a climax. So we'll see how that goes. But great episode. I like the twist. What a twist! So we'll see how it goes for next week, for tomorrow. But after tomorrow, I'll be caught up with everything. Go back to the usual thing around here. But this Saturday, I'll probably try to do more of the anime series reviews that I've missed, that I've left in the open. Hopefully. We'll see. This is Bonkai 922. I'll see you guys later. I know something was up with Fukuchi, leader of the hunting dogs. I think it was the stash. And no one with a stash like that is a good guy. See you guys later. Peace.